Good day, everyone. My name is Count Lloyd Rivera, and I'm here to demonstrate to you on how DRCs works. DRCs stands for the Castro Rivera School Information System, and this is a web-based information system created for Laguna Bel Air Science School. These systems are divided into two modules. They are the enrollment and billing module and the student performance module. And I'm going to present to you the student performance module because the other module was developed by Joel De Castro, the other proponent of this system. This student performance module contains four main features. They are, number one, student grade information or student grade book. The system allows the teaching faculty to encode, view, edit, and delete the students' grades and monitor the student performances. The next one is the departmental reports. The departmental reports, the system allows the prefect of discipline department, the guidance department, and the clinic to create and view and monitor the student behavioral performances. The third one is the students' performance monitoring. This system allows the principal and registrar to monitor the student performances. And last one but not the least, students' grade report. The system allows the registrar to view the students' grade report. So, let's move on. Okay, let's go now to student grade book. What you can see now is the login page of the system. So this login page will ask for the username and password. So in order for the teaching faculty to log in on the page, it needs to enter the assigned login ID for a particular teaching faculty. The teaching faculty can get the login ID from the registrar because the registrar had the list of all registered teachers and their ID. So the teacher will use the ID as a login name, and by default there will be no password. So let's use the ID 1021. 1021 is the login ID of the Mayuga March. There's no password on it. The teacher actually can change the password by just clicking on the profile, so they can type the new password and retype the new password, and by that they can actually change the password. Now, what you can see now is the teaching faculty page. The name of the teacher that we have now is March Di Mayuga. Okay. On the right tab are the subject lists taught by March Di Mayuga. Okay. So in order to open a gradebook, we are going to click one of the subjects. Let's click the English section 2 of grade 9. Our gradebook is in an Excel-like format. For the teacher want it to be this way so that they can check the performances, and they want to look the gradebook like the record book. Okay. The Laguna Bell School's Science School uses a 3-semestral format, and they follow the grading system directed by the Department of Education. Grading system composed of 3 parts: the quarterly assessment, performance task, and written works. Okay, quarterly assessment is once a year, performance task, and written works. On the last part here, you have here the semestral overall, where you can see the transmuted grade of the student. Same thing the second semester, you have the quarterly, performance, written. Third semester, quarterly, performance, written. And for the overall grade of the student, you have here the percentage grade of each semester and the total grade, and of course the equivalent transmuted grade of the student. Now let's try to add an entry. So how to add an entry? You just click this plus sign. A pop-up window will show. Type the description, let's say performance 3. The score, of course, let's say 100. Today. So you have here, you can enter the grade of the students. 89, just using the arrow up, arrow down, you can move up and down. Let's enter a grade. 79 and so on. Let's just put grades on these. Okay, so you actually can edit the grade by just entering the grade. Let's say the correct grade of birth is 93. Correct score actually. So it's automatically saved. So you go over here, you have the transmuted grade, you go back, you have those grades. Okay. So they can edit, let's say edit again, another one. Alright. So by this, the teacher can monitor the performances of the student. Now, let's say the student made a mistake in creating an entry. Can the teacher delete an entry? Of course she can. Just move your mouse on the top right corner and a red X will be shown. Click that red X. Pop up for verifying that you want to delete it. Click OK. Then the system will be refreshed and the entry is deleted. So to log out, click the log out. Okay, so we are through with student gradebook. Next is the departmental report. Okay, we have actually different departments that are involved in determining the behavioral performances of the student. We have actually the prefect and discipline and also guidance department. But in this departmental report, we added also the clinic department. Okay. So for demo purposes or demonstration purposes, I will only demonstrate the prefect and discipline page for the departmental page have the same page format anyway. So in order for the department heads to enter the departmental page, same thing as the teacher, it needs to enter the assigned login ID. So for sample purposes, we will have the ID number 1046 assigned to the department head of prefect discipline, Regina Moridon. So by default, there's no password. So log in. Now you are inside the prefect and discipline page. What you can see here is the search for the student and the list of the student. Here you can type actually the name of the student. Let's say Forney. So it will just down all the names of the student with the names Forney. Okay. Let's say you want to check all the female student. List of female student. Just click this one. Click search or click enter. It will show all the female student. Let's say you want to see all the male student, and you have here the male student. Right. Okay. Now, let's say Renee Bartram committed a case. Let's say he have a fight with her classmate. So how are we going to add a case, discipline case for Renee Bartram? So what we're going to do, you are going to click the ID number of the student involved. Click the ID number student involved. So you have here now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tab page. Whereas the first tab, first if you want to go back to the main page of the discipline page, here is to write down or add additional case, the information of the student. Then on the next tab, if you click this one, it will show all the records pertaining discipline or prefect discipline records of the student, particular student. You have here the guidance record also of the student, and also the clinic record of the student. So over here we can see the history of the student. Now let's set case, get a file with classmates. Say it happened at lunchtime. 11:45. All right. So let's say what action taken. Let's say detained for 2 hours. Submit. So the record added. If you want to check whether that one is already added, just go to the discipline history. In that discipline history, another case are added for Renee. He got a fight with a classmate. The action taken for that fight, he was detained for 2 hours. It happened in December 6, 11:45. Okay, 11:45. Okay, this is how the departmental reports work. Then log out. Next is the student performance monitoring. Okay, let's see now how the principal monitor the student performances. For sample purposes, we have 103 as the login name of the principal without a password, and click login. So on his page, you have with search form for the student and the list of the student. Okay, so to see the student performances, we will click on the student. Let's say Rene Bartram. Let's click the ID number of Rene Bartram. Over here, you can see the basic information, the student information of Rene. Okay, it can also monitor the academic performance of the student. Okay, and also it can monitor the behavioral performance of the student. Okay, you can see all the cases from the prefect, from the guidance, and if he visited the clinic office. Right. Added on the principal page is the monitoring the staff. The monitoring staff is only to view what are the subjects taught a particular teacher. Let's say you had the Yoga Mars, the one that we have a while ago. Then 21, click it. Here it shows all the subject taught by March Yoga. Right? So that's how this principal page works. Okay. It's more on monitoring. Click log out. We are now after in the last part of our presentation. This is now the login or the page for the registrar. The registrar can also monitor the student performances and also view the grade book. Okay, it can also view the entry made by the teaching faculty, and also the registrar can assign subjects to the teachers and add faculty on the list. So let's have now the register login name. For sample purposes, we have 101 as the register username. Default password is 9. Ready. So you have here now the page of the registrar. You can search for the student. You have here the list of the students. Then you can add the students. It's the registrar only the one who can add for the student. Alright. So let's see what you can do for the student. If you click the item number of the student, it will view the student information, the current student information, where the registrar can actually modify it. Let's say this to me. Let's say the student data has been edited. It's not me, right? You can change the information of the student. This is the one only have an access on this. Okay. It can view the student grade report and also the student behavioral performance. Okay, the feedback, guidance, and clinic. So this is how the registrar monitor the performances of the student. Next, on the registrar page, On the registrar page, you have also here a tab for the staff. Okay. So here, the registrar can add a new employee. It's supposed to be the work for the HR, but we don't have the HR module yet. So we put it first on the registrar module or page. Okay, you can add for the employee. Okay, you can search for the employee, have here the list of the employee, the name and the role, the teachers or the guidance counselor. Okay, the registrar, the cashier or principal. So a while ago we had Dima Yoga. Let's search for Dima Yoga. Okay, Dima Yoga much. So what will the principal can do on this page? Okay, so under the employee tab, you can see here the subject start, right? March Dema Yoga, and at the bottom part, the registrar can add subjects for a particular employee. Let's say we want to add here Filipino. Dema Yoga is also Filipino for grade 9, section. So that's the languages grading system. You have a different grading system for different line. Okay, and you click submit. Okay, you have here the Filipino subjects added for Lima Yoga. So one thing that is present in this system that are not available in other grade system is the register can actually monitor the teacher's entry. For example, you can see the written words entry, you can see here the performance task entry, you can see the quarterly entry, okay, for the first, second, third, of course. Now, in other grade system, you don't have any, I didn't see any monitoring of teacher's entry in the grade book. Over here in this system, the registrar can monitor the number of entries of the teachers. You can see whether whose teachers are very good in or masipag in giving assignment or written work or performance tasks for the student. You can see over here whether the teacher are lazy in giving assessment for the student. So here you can monitor his teaching faculty. Okay, so alright, for the waiting list, same thing. This is for the enrollment anyway, the other module. Okay. So let's see whether the one that we added a while ago are present in Dima Yoga's page. Check it. Let's log out. Dima Yoga's login name is 1021. Login. So you have the English, and the Filipino subject that we add a while ago. You click it, there's no entry yet, so you can add entries on this part. Same thing with this and that. Okay, so log out. So this is the assist. I hope you enjoy this presentation, and I say Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to all.